are so many college coaches here, but Triple Crown actually devised something to help them scout players. I'm here with Heaven Benavides, and she actually has a wristband that's blue, which signifies that basically is what the equivalent of free agent. So she hasn't gone to a specific school yet. So Heaven, how does it feel like to have all the options open for you?
It's definitely a good experience coming out here and playing with all these girls that are already committed, and getting the opportunity with all the college coaches watching you and getting to show all your skills and talents, and it's really fun, and I like it.
All right, thanks, Heaven. So make sure to look out for that.
Heaven Benavides, thanks for your time. Thanks, Heather Pink. Heaven put on her bio sheet she would like to attend a school in the top 25. I like her goals. I'm going to get in that top 25. Now, Heaven is a 2015 grad, so she's, just starting her sophomore year. And, a lot of these players, I think everybody's heard, and I know some people believe this is a little out of control, but it's what's happening now. There are players in 7th and 8th grade making decisions about where they're going. Heaven, as a sophomore, still has some time, but at what timeline do you feel like anymore, Christy, that that you need to start making something happen, traveling, getting to tournaments, making yourself available?
Well, one, I think it's absolutely ridiculous that they're having to make decisions before they've even gotten to high school. I think that some of the big schools are trying to move themselves away from that, because you don't know if the kids are going to make their grades. You don't know what they're going to get on their ECTs. You don't know if when they sign, they're just going to sit back and not get any better and develop. I think that the recruiting has gotten into a messy situation, and it's a matter of the college coaches taking control and getting themselves out of it, but it's just so competitive. They want those players, and they want them bad.
And I think a good message potentially for young players to hear who might be watching this broadcast or maybe who are attending this tournament is, I believe, and I'll ask you, Monica, I'll start with you, if you're good, you'll get found, whether you get found at 13 years old or 17. Is that still true?
Yeah, I think that's definitely true. And, now I think the softball community is starting to create other events for people that are not signed yet, like the Adidas Futures tournament out in Utah. Only athletes that are unsigned that are in high school can go to this event, whereas like at a Triple Crown or a certain larger event, sometimes an unsigned athlete may get kind of lost amongst all the signed athletes on her team, because college coaches don't want to go watch people that are, if I'm from the University of Tennessee, I don't want to go watch a team that is fully signed, and I'm looking for a 2016. We
start off this third inning run through the batting order, and it'll start off successfully with a base hit off the bat of Raylene Palin. So Raylene, who bunted out her first time, will reach safely to first base here, and the Miners Gold have something going to kick off the third inning. Well, talking about those college coaches and the masses of players who are here, well, there's a long list of such a thing. There you see a shot of a board that's here, so players can kind of help figure out, they can go and find out, okay, who is here, who do I need to talk to. The organization that gets in behind this, and I know you mentioned, Monica, and you're right, it can be almost a sort of an ocean of opportunity that you just can't find that one fish in it. But at the same time, a lot of things are happening between that kind of thing and even the recruiting books that these coaches are given and the online options that are available now to figure out, okay, where is an unsigned player, what field, what time, what day, I'll be there. And those are some of the innovations that are happening that I think are helping more players find their homes. We have a base hit here in a first and third situation now for Miners Gold. Or I'm sorry, not a base hit, it was a throwaway on the fielder's choice attempt. A wide throw lets the runner move up to third base. So we had a fielder's choice opportunity, but with nobody out, instead it's an open the door for the Miners Gold offense, and Texas Impact Gold a little bit on their heels now with nobody out and a couple on.
Again, that speed at second base is put the pressure on the third baseman when she was making that throw. Speed is going to allow pressure, and it's important for these young players to stay calm and cool and collected and realize that a good, strong throw right to the location is still going to get that player out.
Absolutely. You have to trust your teammate that she's going to be there.
There's an infield pop and a good job, even though it was a fairly clear-cut ball to the shortstop. Still, the good work by Demi Turner to keep saying mine, 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 because on the tight confines of the infield in the fast pitch game, you can tangle up pretty quickly. So she kept talking all the way until that ball hit her glove, and there's one away.
Yeah, she made it clear that she was going to catch that ball.
And Bridget Castro is a pop-up out. Casey Matos will take her turn with a teammate. Go just down the way, down 60 feet away with a chance to score and tie this thing up.
One thing about Katie Marks I have to talk about, who's the pitcher for the Impact. when she grows up, she says that, and I'm not laughing at her because I think this is great, but she wants to be a pro fisherman. And I mean, I've never met a female fisherman. I would love to talk to her about that.
Yeah.
We just were at the aquarium yesterday. I was there with my kids, and I saw the biggest fish I've ever seen in my life. And it wasn't a shark, it was a fish. And it was just, that's a whole nother animal, literally. And I think it's important for these kids to have other things that they do besides softball. It is so important to balance your life work balance, your life school balance. You have to have priorities, family, school, and then your extracurricular activities. But I think they should have several. It makes them well-rounded. It gives them a break from softball so they don't get burnt out.
As she did, and here's a ball
just
blooped
no
in the middle of the
man's land.
infield. Nice play to record the out. The run will score. We've got a tie game. More solid shortstop play from Demi Turner, but that's enough to get a run home. And so Casey Mattos productive out as she's thrown out at first base, but the RBI.
Yeah, and that's just one of those balls in the infield, kind of like that bunt single. It's just one of those locations that it's really hard to make that diving catch and catching that ball in the air. Most of the time that ball is going to drop in, and the fielder has to make the throw first.
I like your reaction, Monica, because you've seen that ball hit right off the bat. You went,
Yeah.
that's not a gimme out by any
no
means.
man's land.
That's a good play right there to make it out on
You
that
know,
ball.
it's the same kind of bloop single that falls that slappers try and get right between the dirt and the grass. You know, it's that same kind of area it's just a tough play in the infield.
Mackenzie Long, who had a single earlier and scored the first run for her team, is back in the box now. There you see Mackenzie.
And you know, one thing that I think is funny about that, in the scorebook, no one knows if that was a screamer to the left field fence or a bloop single over the pitcher's head. So single's a single in this game.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how you get on, just get on.
Official scorer gave Mackenzie reach on error last time, and she's going to do it again. Same thing. Shortstop hole was where it was last time. This one knocked down, but dropped by Demi Turner, and the runner reaches.
And you can see she's charging. It's not that she's not being aggressive. It's just that she's letting the ball play her instead of going and treating every ground ball like it's a short hop. You really want to go shovel out with two hands and get that ball before it gets you. And that top hand is really important when you go to field the ball. You've got to get in on top so that if it does take a bad hop, you still have control of it and you can push it back in the glove.
And one of the skill sets that perhaps a person who watches a lot of baseball, let's say, might not appreciate on an infield defensive challenge in this game is there's a lot of spin and different things going on with the ball on defense frequently in the game, where the type of fielding it takes to pick up a ball like that isn't just here comes it straight up. I've got to read ball, I've got to figure out hops, I've got a runner at a short base distance going.
Right.
Yeah, and it's important in that situation, as she's aggressive through the ball, to allow her hands and bodies to go with that and use her legs to make that play.
Here comes the runner home, and safely home. And we've got both runners moving up from first and third to second and home, so taking off and scoring.
And that's a great first and third play.
There's that first and third play.
Absolutely.
You always practice.
And you can see she wanted to go, the shortstop cut that. Normally what we did, just so what we were used to, was the second baseman would come behind the pitcher. She'd be about in between second and the pitching mound, and she would come and she would be the one that cuts it and throws it home because she's got the angle. She can see the girl at third whether she's leaving or not. On that particular play, the shortstop was the one who came over, and she has to turn all the way back around.
But I think that was a good read on the the base runner there, is because she's waiting for that ball to go through. She's trying to deke the second baseman so she doesn't cut it. The ball goes through, and then she has to trust her speed to make it on the shortstop's arm.
Absolutely.
And Mackenzie Long ended up at second base, and will she score on this bloop to right field? Here comes a play at the plate, the throw coming. Safely in, and Miners Gold puts another one on the board.
And those bloopers are just coming in all day long. And that's got to be so frustrating for the pitcher when you're working. And it's not that her defense isn't doing their job. It's just this team is putting it where they're not.
Here's where we need to see on the college game or the older softball players in the pro fast pitch league. This is the moment where a teammate would call timeout. You know, a lot of defensive errors are happening. You're losing your momentum. Kind of just come back to the circle, call timeout, bring it together, and refocus each other to make the last out of the inning.
So that run comes across. Now 3 in the inning for Miners Gold. They went down 1-0, then tied at 1-1, went down 2-1, and now they've popped on top 4-2. The runner who just scored on that single was Mackenzie Long, her second run scored of the game. And Mackenzie's speed, she's reached twice on air by putting the pressure on the shortstop. She then bluffed the steal to second, drew the throw, got her teammate home, and when the throw came to home, was able to take second, which allows her to score on that bloop to right field. So
the base
running by Mackenzie Long.
Base running is so neglected and underrated, but it will win ball games because, like Mike Andrea says, speed doesn't take a day off. You know, you can take advantage of the defense's errors. And if you're able to be a good base runner without having to rely on your coach to tell you where to go and what to do, that's a huge, that can mess everybody up. It's those kids that hesitate on the base path, or they wait for their coach to tell them to go or to stop, and they don't have that confidence out there. They can't make things happen. But if the coach gives you the opportunity and allows you to make decisions and go with your gut instinct,
ball fielded, and the tagout is taken nicely there. That'll end the inning, but not before Miners Gold sends 8 batters to the plate and takes a 4-2 lead.
Finally,
back at Aurora Sports Park, Miners Gold. They jump on top 4-2 with the big top of the third, and we head into the bottom of the third inning as Texas Impact Gold comes back with the bats. They've scored 1 in each of the first couple of innings, but Miners Gold asserts themselves strongly in that top of the third. And not a home run yet on the board for Miners Gold. A couple hit by Texas Impact Gold, but it's a 4-2 score for the non-home run team. So, salute the long ball, but you got to love, and we talked about the speed game and the pressure game, and it's paying off for Miners Gold to this point.
Right, and scrappy ball team, and that's, those are the hardest to beat. It's like they just never give up. They put the ball in play. They're forcing you to make the out. And when you have speed behind that, it forces the infield to, they sort of rush their throw. They start throwing before they have the ball, and you start, errors start happening, and then you know how that is. It snowballs. So if they're able to put their defense into motion as far as making sure they field the ball first and then throw, I think they're going to have a better chance of defending this short game that the Miners have been putting on.
First at bat of the game for Mariah Garcia, batting number 10 for Texas Impact Gold. And Mariah fouled one right past the first base bag on that first pitch for an 0-1 count. Good swing on the first pitch here. She's gets a little different look.